Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Life Groups. This is our spring semester. We're so excited to be with you, to be asking some questions, to be helping kind of cultivate a good environment in your group. So we've got 4 questions for today. We started this new series called A Generous Life, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be talking about how we can be generous with obviously our finances, but with other things as well, with our time, with our love, and with even our capacity and our emotions and things like that. So we're gonna learn about how to live a generous life and how to be a generous people. So it's really great. So the first question we have to start it off, you know how it goes. We're gonna ask, what is generosity? And so some of you might have a pretty generalized idea. Some of you might have a different idea, a new take or something, but why don't you share it with your group? What do you think generosity actually means? Ready, set, go. So during my dad's message on Sunday morning, he got to this part, the first part of it, which was focusing on sowing and reaping. And so most of you know what that is. And sowing is just kind of planting seeds, and reaping is kind of harvesting the harvest that comes from that. So here's the question I have. Do you remember a time in your life where you had sown something really good and it reaped a great harvest? Something that you decided that you were going to focus on, and later you saw the fruit of that, the benefit of it. And the second question would be, a harder question would be, do you remember a time when you had sown something bad, a bad seed, and then later on reaped a bad harvest? And so why don't you share the good and the bad with your group right now. Ready, set, go. Okay, so in the next section of Sunday's message, we talked about the idea of first fruits, which is this really interesting idea that everything that we give to God, we should give of our first fruit, not of our last. And so when we give our tithes, as we budget out our month, the first 10% should go to God. And as I was thinking about it on Sunday, even as I plan my day, maybe the first 10% of my day should go to God and spending time with Him. And so first fruits is something that we see with Cain and Abel, and we talked about that. We see all the way throughout the Bible. So my question is, why do you think the idea of tithing, which is a first fruits derivative idea, why do you think tithing is still applicable and important for us today? Ready, set, go. Great, that was a good one. A lot of you are super smart and have some great answers, and smarter than me. I heard them, believe me. Okay, so anyways, the last question we have is we're thinking about a generous life. And yes, obviously generosity is gonna come with talking about finances, which is a good thing. We shouldn't shy away from it because the Bible talks about us being good stewards of our money. And so if we're gonna do that, we should talk about it, and we should learn how to manage our resources and all that kind of stuff. But the last question I have is, how can you, outside of finances, be a generous person? How can you live a generous life? How can you show generosity even outside of finances? So we'll talk about that, and then whatever other questions you guys have, feel free to talk about it with your group. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.